I'm a sketchy lawyer with a 100% loss rate, but somehow, not a single bad review. When the defendant in a gruesome murder and dismemberment case saw I was representing the other side, he just arrogantly mouthed off, "You guys have absolutely no proof. You can't convict me. Hiring a scammy lawyer like this isn't gonna win you the case. Ha ha ha, are you trying to kill me with laughter?" I just shook my head in pity. The evidence really was lacking. The others were red-eyed, furiously cursing me out for being useless. I just calmly waved them off. I flashed the defendant a smile. "Well, I can't be bothered to argue with you. Next up, let's invite the victim to the stand. My name is Zhang Zia. I'm a well-known lawyer in the industry." But my client clearly didn't buy it. "Lawyer Zhang, why is there paint splattered all over your front door?" "Oh, that? A former client threw it. He was just wishing my business to be booming and wildly successful. But the paint is black." "Hey, infamous is still famous, right?" My client hesitated for a second. "Well, no matter what. You're the only lawyer who didn't turn me away. I'm willing to trust you." Meanwhile, I was staring at the measly deposit of a few $100. Deep in thought, the client shifted nervously. Is there a problem?" I shook my head. "Let me be brutally honest with you right now. The final bill is gonna be a lot steeper than this deposit." The client looked down, doing some quick math. Then, he answered firmly, "As long as that monster gets what he deserves, I'll gladly pay whatever it takes." Right at that moment, a colleague texted me, "You actually have the guts to take Zhao Zhiu's case? Aren't you terrified of the payback?" My client saw the message, too. He immediately looked up, staring at me with a tragic sadness. "It's fine. Don't you worry, their little revenge tactics are nothing but threats and bribes. My whole family has already passed away anyway. Let them try and kill me if they have the guts." Zhao Jihu, 27 years old, the only son of the Yuanshan Group's chairman, a former high school classmate of the victim, Ms. Liang. On November 7, 2025, Zhao Jihu stalked the victim to her home and brutally assaulted her. To cover his tracks, he ended her life, dismembered the body, and dumped it in a landfill. Objection, Your Honor. They have absolutely zero proof that it was me. The victim's phone contains a group photo with you and several others. The timestamp is from the exact day of the crime. How do you explain that? Didn't you just say it yourself? We went to high school together. There just so happened to be a class reunion that day, so we snapped a pic. What, is that a crime? In that case, would the defendant care to explain exactly what you were doing between 10 p.m. on November 7th and 3 a.m. the next morning? Is there any witness who can prove I went straight home after the class reunion and slept soundly until broad daylight? Of course there's no witness. After all, I prefer sleeping alone. If you don't mind, you could come sleep with me. I wouldn't mind at all. I threw out several pieces of circumstantial evidence, one after another, but Zhao Zhiu's lawyer easily shot them all down. And the conversation that followed was completely soul-crushing. Zhao Jihu leaned on the table with a smirk, pure malice flashing in his eyes. What's the point of all this talk? Let me just ask you one thing. Do you have any proof that I killed her? My client's face drained of color, inch by inch. She clenched her fists, trembling uncontrollably. Of course he could be this arrogant, because all the evidence had long been wiped completely clean by them. I requested a recess. Hours of intense verbal sparring didn't even put a dent in Zhao Zhiu's psychological defenses. Nor could we come up with any solid proof. Beside me, my client looked like she was about to collapse. Like she could pass out on the floor at any second. But of course, the worst part was, the people in the gallery had already pulled rotten eggs out of their pockets. Even though they didn't actually throw them in court, the moment I stepped outside, they all spat on me in perfect unison. My client was so confused. Why do they hate you so much? Well, if you were them, and you saw a lawyer who loses every single case, yet keeps taking them on and has literally never won once, you'd hate me too. But wait, aren't you a famous lawyer? I casually pulled out the pennant the public had crowdfunded for me. It had 6 big words on it. Boycott this terrible and unscrupulous lawyer. I am the industry's famously known 100% loss rate lawyer. My client, Chen Wan, the mother of the victim, Liang Shi. As soon as she got home, she received an anonymous, threatening package. So, I had no choice but to bring her to my place. Chen Wan stayed silent for a moment, then suddenly spoke up. Mr. Zhang. I know I don't have anywhere near as much money as Zhao Zhiu's family. You can just drop my case. I really wouldn't mind, but you don't have to murder me to silence me, do you? I scratched my head. Who's trying to murder you? I just brought you here so you'd know where I live. Chen Wan was absolutely stunned. Wait, this bridge tunnel is your house? I coughed awkwardly a couple of times. Bridge tunnels are great, freezing in the winter, boiling in the summer. And super easy to get in and out of, Chen Wan gently suggested. Mr. Zhang. You know, you could honestly just stay at your law firm. I waved her off. I was renting that place under the table. The landlord caught me yesterday. So I can't stay there anymore. Chen Wan stood frozen in her tracks for a good while, but eventually decided to step inside. I gave her the spot furthest in, while I sat outside the tunnel entrance, looking up at the moon. In the middle of the night, I heard the faint, muffled sound of someone crying. Shishi. It's Mom's fault. I'm so useless. If only I hadn't gone to the hospital that day. I couldn't help but sigh. That day was Liang Zai's birthday. Chen Wan had caught a fever and was rushed to the hospital by a neighbor. Liang Shi, who had just gotten off her morning shift, was supposed to go straight home. But on her way, she ran into some old classmates and got dragged to a reunion. And that was how she became a target for Zhao Jihu. Once Chen Wan had finally cried out all her tears, I walked over and gently patted her shoulder. I'm so sorry. With red and swollen eyes, Chen Wan shook her head desperately. I know you tried your best. No other lawyer was willing to take my case. You were the only one willing to help me. Thank you so much. I let out a wry smile. Auntie. Even though I've never won a single case, I don't have a single bad review. Do you want to know why? Why? I didn't answer right away. I'll tell you on the day of the trial. But for the next few days, you cannot leave this place. Can you do that? Chen Wan hesitated for a second, then nodded firmly. Okay. After she agreed, I turned around and left. About half an hour later, I arrived at my destination. I immediately dropped to my knees. Master. My Dao heart is a little broken. My master yawned and walked out from inside. The moment he saw me, he kicked me. Did you help an old lady cross the street? No, she tried to run a scam on me. So I threw myself on the ground and extorted money from her instead. Then did you give alms to a beggar? I saw she looked pitiful. So I used her brand new phone to take out a 150,000 loan in her name. Only 150,000? It was from a loan shark. The interest multiplies 15 times a day. Only then did my master look satisfied. He looked down at me from above. Spit it out. How exactly did your Dao heart break? I pursed my lips. This time, I actually want to help someone win their lawsuit. Just handle it privately like you always do. Take a life, pay with a life. It's that simple. I slowly opened my mouth and poured out everything that had happened. After hearing the whole story, my master didn't say a word. He just pulled out a pack of Licoon cigarettes and chain smoked them one after another. Apprentice. If your Dao heart is broken, then so be it. I finally asked the most important question. Then can I still continue my cultivation? Why wouldn't you? My master looked genuinely surprised. You once told me that we cultivate the Dao of wickedness. And if it ever breaks, I'd lose all my cultivation. My master didn't even blink. I lied to you. I stared at him in absolute disbelief. Why would you lie to me? First, since I have zero morals, I just love tricking people. And since I have absolutely no class, I expect my apprentice to have even less class than me. Master. If you've got time to kill, you should go check out the plains. Why would I go there? Because out there, there's you, there are horses, and a whole lot of bull. Anyway, stepping back into our cozy little home, I couldn't wait to tell Chen Wan the good news, but after a quick look around, I realized she wasn't here. I furrowed my brows and quickly did a finger divination. Oh no, she's been taken. Meanwhile, 13 kilometers away, inside a private club owned by the Yuanshan group. A wild party was in full swing. Zhao, my man. You are really something else. I can't believe you managed to walk away from that completely unscathed. What can I say? Guess I'm just lucky to have a powerful daddy. His buddy took a long, melancholic drag of his cigarette. But, don't you feel it's a bit of a waste? You had a thing for Liang Shi for so long. And you only got to play with her once. Her own fault for being an ungrateful bitch. His buddy laughed it off and changed the subject. Zhao Jihu got up to use the restroom. After stepping out, he rubbed his neck. Why is it so freezing? Who's there? Ah. Liang Shi? Why you? What are you doing here? I'm dead. You strangled me with your own hands, remember? Did you forget? Zhao Jihu stumbled backward, his blood-curdling screams drawing the others. His buddy shoved the door open, looking totally bewildered, and helped him up. Zhao. Man, how did you get this wasted? It's Liang Shi. Liang Shi, she came back. Zhao, you've had way too much to drink. I guess I'm pretty drunk too, but seriously, keep that kind of talk to yourself. Let's just go back inside first. She was literally just right in front of me. Did you see her? His buddy looked around, but after a while, there was no one else around except the waiter. Who, man, you're probably just too worked up from the alcohol. It's all my fault. I shouldn't have brought her up today. Zhao Jiu's eyes were unfocused. As he kept muttering to himself, she came back. It was definitely her, you gotta believe me. I believe you, man, I believe you. You must be exhausted today, Zhao. Let me take you home to get some rest, he said, while texting Zhao Jiu's family doctor. The sound of their back and forth banter gradually faded into the distance. I brought you back, not for you to go around scaring people. Liang Shi. I'm sorry, I just couldn't hold it back. I stopped scolding her. Walking all the way down the emergency stairs, it took a few minutes before we reached an iron door. I made a split-second decision. Liang Shi, go inside and see what's in there. Liang Shi phased right through the wall. When he came back, he couldn't hide the pure terror in his eyes. So many. There are so many kids inside. Slapping a silencing talisman on the door, I took a deep breath and blasted that iron door open, revealing the scene inside. On the left, a dozen or so kids were huddled tightly together. On the right, there was only one person. It was Chen Wan. Her hands and feet were completely tied up with rope. Seeing me arrive, she started struggling desperately. I pushed my way over and pulled out her gag. I felt a bit exasperated. Ma'am, didn't I tell you before, not to go out? I'm so sorry, Lawyer Zhang. I was afraid Xiao Shi would be lonely down there, so I just wanted to burn his things for him. But then I walked right into a trap as soon as I went back. I shook my head and turned my gaze to those kids. Where did you all come from? The kids looked at each other blankly. The one who looked the oldest gathered up the courage and spoke. We're from the Xixin orphanage. Lawyer Zhang. I heard those people say, they are going to auction them all off here tonight. Look, I grew impatient, and shot her a warning glance. I'm not some savior. How am I supposed to save this many people? Chen Wan gave an awkward, apologetic smile, looking extremely uneasy. Half an hour later, Master slowly opened his eyes, and saw a massive group of kids. Master stayed completely silent for a moment. Apprentice. What? I only taught you to be utterly shameless. I never taught you to kidnap people. Then go ahead and sue me. After getting Chen Wan settled down, I taught her how to set up an account, leaving out the details that couldn't be made public. She laid out the whole truth in a video. Liang Shi floated in midair and shook his head, his voice very soft. The Yuan Shan group is extremely powerful. Even if we post this, it'll just get suppressed. I spoke with absolute righteous conviction. Oh. Then what are you doing? Crafting an anti-censorship spell. The hashtag about the Yuan Shan group's only son taking a life, tearing the body apart, and refusing to confess, quickly caused a massive uproar. That kind of sick beast deserves to rot in hell. Can no one really help her? But very soon, all those comments supporting Chen Wan vanished completely, replaced by overwhelming doubts. Let's pack it up, everyone. She's just clout chasing. She even hired Zhang Ziya for the lawsuit. Clearly, she's just begging for attention. What does the person above mean? Who exactly is Zhang Ziya? When she takes a case, she can turn the plaintiff into the defendant, and a fine into the death penalty. The first one is a bit wild, but the second one takes some serious skill. No, it's turning a fine for the defendant into the death penalty for the plaintiff. From this moment on, everyone's focus completely shifted over to me. Once Yuanshan Group's troll army joined the fray, they couldn't even make a tiny splash. Liang Shi was absolutely amazed. Doing this is like destroying 1,000 enemies, but taking 8,000 points of damage yourself. Aren't you worried you won't get any more cases after this? My master finished his cigarette. What is she afraid of? She works as a lawyer in the underworld, too. Very soon, the day of the retrial arrived. The courtroom trial was broadcasted live. I just want to see how this legendary lawyer fights her cases. Even though I personally hate the rich. But let's all look at this rationally. With Zhang Ziya's track record, it's hard for me not to suspect that there's something wrong with this plaintiff. Even though Zhao Jihu looked haggard, his face was still full of absolute arrogance. No evidence means exactly that, no evidence. You could sue me 100 times and it still wouldn't matter. His lawyer stood beside him, smirking coldly. After all, I was completely defenseless against him last time. I stood my ground and pondered for a moment. I really do not have any other evidence. The public gallery erupted in an uproar. Someone lost their cool and yelled out, completely ignoring the courtroom rules. You useless piece of trash. Even I could do a better job than you. Anyone who hires Zhang Ziya, Lao Dunzi, is truly cursed with 8 lifetimes of terrible luck. Chen Wan kept her head down, completely silent. Even the live chat was completely speechless. Is Zhang Ziya just here to be a joke? Is there a way to report her? I am so sick of looking at Zhang Ziya. The very next second, I suddenly spoke up. Zhao Jihu, do you dare to swear an oath? Swear that you did not kill anyone. What's there to be afraid of? Zhao Jihu shrugged his shoulders. I swear. That day, I was just sleeping at home. If I'm lying, may lightning strike me down and grant me a horrible death. Is that good enough for you? 1 second, 2 seconds. Right after 3 seconds, a bolt of lightning struck down right on cue. It struck him dead center, as solid as could be. The live chat, seeing this scene, completely stopped scrolling, staying totally blank for quite a while. Only after a long pause did a single comment pop up. I remained perfectly calm and composed. I looked over at the opposing lawyer. He swore an oath, and then he got struck by lightning. This proves that he was lying. That does not prove anything. That was just a freak accident. Well then, let him swear it one more time. Let's see if it really was an accident. The lawyer scoffed coldly. HMPH. Absolutely impossible. Zhao Jihu had already crawled up from the floor, as if he still wanted to tempt fate. I swear. Before he could even finish his sentence, a second bolt of lightning struck him at light speed. His lawyer flinched, and quickly grabbed his arm. Stop swearing. There's something freaky going on here. But Zhao Jihu was completely out of his mind. I swear. Bam! Another bolt struck. The lawyer completely lost it, grabbed him by the collar, and screamed. I told you to stop swearing. Are you freaking deaf? The defendant's stand was in total chaos. Seeing this, I stopped casting my spell. I casually brushed off my sleeves, hiding my badassery in plain sight. The live chat was flooded with question marks. Is this for real? Fastest karma I've ever seen in my life. Just based on those lightning strikes, giving him the death penalty is totally fair. Are you guys crazy? This is a court of law. We need solid evidence, never mind 3 lightning bolts. Even if he got struck 30 times, if they ain't got proof, he walks. Is the guy above me related to Zhao Jihu or something? Why so triggered? I let out a smirk. The big guy upstairs definitely has a good eye. The opposing lawyer gathered his wits as fast as he could and calmly fired back. My client, Mr. Zhao, was just struck by lightning. I have reasonable suspicion that there is foul play involved here. Setting everything else aside, you have zero evidence. Instead, you're using cheap parlor tricks to disrupt this courtroom. This is completely out of line. Zhao Jihu barely regained his senses. Yeah. You've got absolutely no proof. I openly admitted it. Yeah, I don't have any evidence. So, I brought the victim here to tell you herself. What kind of bullshit is that? Liang Shi is dead, how could she be here? I played dumb, why are you acting so clueless? Didn't you just see her the other day? Almost instantly, Zhao Jihu started trembling uncontrollably, wrapping his arms tightly around himself. Another voice whispered out of nowhere. Are you cold? When you stuffed my body into that freezer, I was freezing, too. Zhao Jihu snapped his head around, ending up completely face to face with Liang Shi. Ah, why you? Stay away from me. Zhao Jihu collapsed onto the floor. He scrambled desperately to get away, but Liang Shi was right on top of him. What are you so afraid of? You were having the time of your life when you choked the life out of me, weren't you? Liang Shi. I didn't mean to. I was just so mad. I was obsessed with you for years. But you still wouldn't agree to be my girl. So you decided to just off me? Liang Shi shrieked, her hands clamping down on his throat. I begged you to let me go. I even swore I wouldn't call the cops. Why? Why couldn't you just let me live? Zhao Jihu shook his head frantically. I was wrong, I swear, I know I messed up. I didn't mean to kill you, I swear. I swear, my hand just slipped. I just wanted you to beg me. I didn't think you'd break so easily. I'm sorry, I really didn't mean to do it. Liang Shi let out a sarcastic little laugh. Zhao Jihu. I'll be waiting for you in hell. I'm not going to hell. I still have my dad. He won't just leave me to die. Liang Shi, you're nothing but a ghost now. You couldn't touch me when you were alive, and you sure can't touch me now. I don't care what I did. My dad will protect me. You'll never get me to confess. A sharp slap finally snapped Zhao Jihu out of his trance. Mr. Li, What just happened to me? The lawyer's face was dead pale, looking like a cornered rat. Meanwhile, I just smiled and gave a little wave. Oh my, look at this mess. I haven't even done anything yet, and you've already spilled everything. Did your conscience finally catch up with you? The live chat, having watched the whole thing unfold, erupted in absolute fury. This is sickening. He ended her life just because she didn't like him back? Was Zhao Jihu actually seeing things? You guys are all bashing him, but I just want to know, why was he talking to thin air just now? Does he have split personalities or something? Hey person above me, don't give his lawyers any ideas. If he gets off on an insanity plea, I swear I'll come for you. A confession straight from the horse's mouth hits way harder than 1,000 pieces of evidence. Clips of that livestream spread like wildfire all over the internet. Some people thought a supernatural force possessed him into confessing, while others thought he just had a sudden mental breakdown. And then there's Zhao Yushan. Zhao Jiu's father was completely exposed by the internet sleuths. Overnight, Yuanshan Group's stock prices went into a total freefall. Meanwhile, the man himself, Zhao Yushan, sat right in front of me looking as arrogant as ever. He slid a check across the table to me. Miss Zhang, name your price. I gave him a slight smile. Chairman Zhao, I'm afraid I have no idea what you're talking about. Zhao Yushan's expression didn't change one bit. This money is to buy my son's life. I just shrugged and slid the check right back to him. Standing up, I got ready to leave. Chairman, your son broke the law. Coming to me won't help you. Is that so? Because I recently came across some very interesting files. Wondering if you'd care to take a listen, Miss Zhang? I paused for a couple of seconds, then sat back down. I remember a certain case you handled a while back. The defendant paid you 10 million. And the very next day, the plaintiff died under highly mysterious circumstances. Now, I don't know what kind of black magic you pull, Miss Zhang. But I am willing to pay you 100 million to keep my son breathing. Do we have a deal? I didn't give him an answer right away. Instead, I quietly took the check. Zhao Yushan's grin grew wider. He gave a polite little nod. I'll be waiting for your good news. After Zhao Yushan left, Chen Wan leaned out from behind. "Lawyer Zhang. Go get this check cashed for me." Chen Wan looked conflicted. "Are you really going to help him?" I replied as if it were obvious. "Nope, but you took his money." "I'm a shady lawyer. It's perfectly normal for a shady lawyer to scam a little cash, right?" Zhao Jihu presented a psychiatric evaluation, changing his sentence from the death penalty to a suspended death sentence. When Chen Wan heard the news, she burned paper offerings at Liang Zai's grave all night. Liang Shi stayed right by her side the whole time. "Thank you, Lawyer Zhang. Even if this is as far as we can go. She should be able to rest in peace now. Don't call me a lawyer." Chen Wan froze. "Why?" I patted the dust off my coat. "Our legal contract has officially ended. Now begins the second contract. So, you should call me Mage. Since he's legally insane, if he has an episode and accidentally stabs himself, or shoves a block of wood down his own throat, that's completely normal, right?" Chen Wan didn't quite understand, but she was in awe. A few days later, the news widely reported the seizure of the Far Mountain Group's assets. However, Zhao Yushan's whereabouts remained unknown. I didn't pay it much mind. After leaving Chen Wan and Liang Shi in my master's care, I took on my next case. I really had that livestream to thank for it. It made me an overnight sensation. Not only did it wipe away my embarrassing history of losing every single case, it even turned me into a minor internet celebrity. Everyone was incredibly curious. Why did such a normal courtroom showdown end in such a supernatural way? To this, I simply told everyone to trust in science. My new client's fiancé was accusing her of marriage fraud, claiming she scammed him out of over 1 million in bride price and was refusing to give it back. He threatened to sue her if she didn't pay up. My client lowered her head, choking back tears. "I really have no idea where that money went. But I swear, I didn't scam him. I handed that bank card to you personally. Who's going to believe you don't know? You'd better face the facts. I demand that you return my bride price immediately." I sneered. "We're not giving it back." The fiancé froze. "She hasn't even spoken. Why are you interrupting?" "Because I know exactly where that money is." My client's head snapped up. Her eyes filled with absolute confusion. I gave a reassuring nod. "I've picked up a few tricks for finding lost things. Just give me your birth date and time, and I'll find it for you right now." A flash of guilt suddenly crossed the fiancé's face. "Why should I tell you? I'm just messing with you. I can find it even without it." The fiancé was about to snap back when I stated knowingly, "That money was never in the bank card to begin with. He totally lost it. What kind of nonsense are you spewing?" My client quickly chimed in. "He showed me the balance on that card with my own eyes. I saw it myself." I sighed. "Just go to the bank and check the transaction history, and you'll see. Your mom withdrew all the cash a few days ago, and today you're using this as an excuse to extort us. Taking the client's money? Are you treating people like idiots?" Fiancé puffed out his chest and fired back. "Do you have any proof?" I looked at my client. "Do you trust me?" The client hesitated for a second, then gave a firm nod. "I trust you." Then slap him twice right across the face and walk away. She was a bit too scared to move. "Slap him for real, and when you're done, tell him to go ahead and sue you if he has the guts. Just see if he actually dares to." Hearing this, the fiancé instantly lost all of his arrogant swagger. Seeing him act like this, the client knew that I wasn't bluffing. Furious, she started slapping her fiancé across the face like crazy. "I never thought you'd be this kind of person. We are done." "No, wait, just listen to me. Babe, I just had a moment of weakness." Hey, wait up." After going back, my client, wanting to thank me, even went out of her way to post a video promoting my services. But some people online felt something was off. Why would you need someone's exact birth time just to find lost items? I've been meaning to say this since last time. What kind of actual lawyer makes the opposing side swear a blood oath in court? Stop calling her a lawyer. Call her a sorcerer. All of their chatter ended up making me more and more viral. Cases kept pouring in endlessly, but I just straight up closed up shop. I vanished entirely from the public eye. 3,000 fathoms below the earth lies the Yellow Springs. I led Liang Shi past the Yellow Springs, heading straight into the ghostly court. The underworld judge let out a yawn, leaning against a bookshelf. He looked a bit exhausted. "What took you so long?" I let out a helpless sigh. Hey, it couldn't be helped. I've been pretty popular lately, you know. I just can't bring myself to say no to money. The judge shot me an annoyed glare. He tossed a mirror over to me. Curious, I asked him. So, what kind of case is it this time? The judge had a really weird look on his face. You're not defending a ghost this time. The judge pointed to the side. That new guy, Zhao Jihu? The person he's suing, is you. Well, that's a first. Never had to defend myself before. I looked over at the mangled mess that was Zhao Jihu, and gave him a cheerful, smiling greeting. Lord Yama, Zhang Ziyu broke the laws of the mortal realm and attacked me. I know she's one of your people, but the law plays no favorites. I demand a fair trial. This punk was way too crafty. He was supposed to be banished straight to the 18th level of hell, but somehow managed to eavesdrop on some juicy gossip. Just to drag you down with him. And honestly, you guys need to take a hard look at yourselves. Why are you letting them gossip about me behind my back? The judge completely shut his mouth. I began my opening statement. I completely agree with the opposing party's argument. What are you trying to pull? She belongs in the 18th level of hell too. I agree with that as well. Bring it on. Zhao Jihu waited and waited, but didn't see me make a single move. Instead, Ox Head and Horse Face grabbed him and started dragging him away. Confused, he shouted, "Why isn't anyone dragging you away too?" Well, probably because I'm not dead yet. Right before I left, the judge called out to me. Wait, where is Liang Shi? I kept a straight face and pointed in a certain direction. I told her to go over there by herself. I figure she's already lining up at the Bridge of Forgetfulness by now. The underworld judge didn't even bother to verify it, and just crossed out Liang Zai's name. When I returned to the human world, my master told me that something terrible had happened. I shrugged it off. How bad could it be? Do you still remember Zhao Yushan? Of course I do. I just finished fighting a lawsuit against his son in the underworld. Well, he brought a gang and took a whole building of people hostage. They are all strapped with bombs, and he specifically demanded to see you. I let out a dry laugh. Zhao Jihu really is exactly like his old man. When driven into a corner, they always have to drag someone down with them. I took the initiative to approach the police surrounding the building and revealed my identity. The veteran cop had a grim expression. But please, only if you can guarantee your own safety. Try to keep them calm. I thought about it seriously for a few seconds. Would you guys mind if I just teleport him out of there? Before the veteran cop could even answer, a reporter squeezing desperately to the front burst into laughter. Teleport? Do you think you're in a TV show? Just because netizens made up some crazy stories online, you actually think you're a sorcerer now? The veteran cop stopped the reporter's behavior. He turned back to me and said, Ms. Zhang, this is a critical moment. Please stop joking around with us. I didn't say another word, and stepped right out into Zhao Yushan's line of sight. I heard you were looking for me. Zhang Ziya. You took my money. Why did you still kill my son? I chuckled. You can eat whatever garbage you want. But you can't just spout nonsense. I never even crossed paths with your son. How would I know if he kicked the bucket or not? I don't believe you. It must have been you. If it wasn't you, how could he die such a gruesome death? My face turned icy cold. And when your son was slaughtering innocent people, did you ever think about how much agony their mothers would feel? A cruel smile twisted the corners of Zhao Yushan's mouth. Since that's the case, then let's all go to hell together. Just as he was about to press the detonator, I tapped my toes lightly, kicked off the wall, and flew straight up the 5-story building. A sword materialized in my hand. The sword's aura slashed through the building, splitting the exact space between the thugs and the hostages right in two. The reporter stared in absolute disbelief. Wait, are you for real? Thick dust and debris flew everywhere. In less than a moment, I strode back out, casually carrying a half-dead Zhao Yushan by the collar. The reporter seized the chance and rushed up to ask me, "Excuse me, were you just flying? Do you actually know magic?" "Nope. That was just special effects." The reporter choked on his words. Then, "Do you have anything you want to say to the viewers?" I thought for a moment, turned to the camera, and said, "Everyone, you need to believe in science." Meanwhile, right behind me was the massive building I had just cleaved in half with my sword. The reporter thought, pairing that sentence with this scene is dripping with absolute sarcasm. Zhao Yushan was successfully brought to justice. When I went to give my statement, I brought up the private club. Zhao Yushan was just a pawn they threw away. There's definitely a massive underground network behind all this. I'll send you guys the evidence later. The veteran cop who took my statement chuckled and teased, "Did you predict that with your fortune telling too?" I just gave an embarrassed smile. But after stepping out of the station, I finally found out that the reporter had uploaded the video of me slashing the building with a sword online. The comments were wild. Bro is cultivating immortality and didn't invite me. Are we sure there were no wires? He literally stomped his foot and took off flying. If you live long enough, you really do get to see everything. One confused comment just asked, why was he screaming, "Trust in science," right before he literally flew into the sky? And it was turning into a whole series online. I knew it, those 3 lightning strikes at the trial definitely had something to do with him. But the internet's frenzy had nothing to do with me. Right now, carrying all my bags, I was heading back to my master's old hideout. He was still going through a pack of smokes every 2 days. He didn't even bat an eye when he saw me walk in. He just held out his hand, asking for money. I couldn't be bothered with him. "Master, where's Chen Wan?" Packing her bags, he grunted. I walked toward the back room. Chen Wan had just finished packing. She looked up and gave me a warm smile. "Mr. Zhang, thank you so much for all your help these past few days." I didn't want to beat around the bush, so I got straight to the point. "I'm here to collect the final payment." Chen Wan froze. "Oh, right, I almost forgot. How much was it again? $50? 500,000 US dollars. Chen Wan was so shocked she started to stammer. But I don't have anywhere near that kind of money." I rubbed my chin thoughtfully. "Your house is in a pretty good location. It should be worth a lot." Chen Wan panicked, completely at a loss. She nervously tried to negotiate. Mr. Zhang, can I just work and pay you back slowly? That house holds all the memories of me and Xiaoxi." "I really can't," I cut her off. "If you try to pay me back by working, 3 lifetimes wouldn't be enough. It's settled. Transfer the deed to my name, and as for the rest of the money, you can consider it paid." Chen Wan fidgeted with her fingers, but finally gave in. "Okay. Come home with me to get the property deed." Her back slumped with reluctance and deep regret. We arrived and stood at the front door. Suddenly, the door clicked. It was being opened from the inside. Liang Shi poked her head out, her beautiful face glowing with life and energy. "Mom, I made dinner." In that very instant, tears streamed down Chen Wan's face. Meanwhile, I just crossed my arms and strolled right in to grab the deed. "From now on, rent is 1,500 a month. And when you both finally kick the bucket, I'll take the house back. Any objections?" "None. I will never have any objections." Later, my master scolded me. "You really have nothing better to do, do you? You stuffed that little girl into a puppet. Did you even bother asking the underworld for permission? She doesn't need to reincarnate right away. What's the rush? Their mother-daughter bond hasn't ended yet. They can still reincarnate just fine even after death. Just let the underworld balance their own books. It's not like they haven't done it before." Master gave up trying to argue. He chose to change the subject. "Among those kids you brought back last time, a few of them have absolutely amazing potential. I've decided to take them in as my disciples. Speaking of which, I'm suddenly a little curious about something. Master, where exactly did you pick me up back then? I think it was called Mercy Orphanage, but weren't you completely undocumented? How could you even adopt me? I didn't have any paperwork. I just walked right in, thought you looked pleasing to the eye, and snatched you up. That's freaking called stealing." Later on, I continued to shine in my career as a lawyer. Breaking away from my past, I recklessly used my special abilities to seek justice for my clients, which led to my peers absolutely hating going up against me in court. I didn't understand why, until an industry gathering, where they finally blurted out the truth. "I'm terrified that the second I tell you your evidence is weak, you'll literally summon the dead victim to the stand."